Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Quantum Woman. I am your host, Shamina Taylor. If you have been enjoying this podcast, please feel free to leave me a review and share with your friends. Okay, in this episode, we're going to talk about what money is and the energy around money. I have learned over the years that the way that we look at money is going to be from a very different perspective. We all can agree, if we haven't yet, that money is energy, right? And if we understand that money is energy, it has a frequency, it just flows as we spend it. Whatever meaning that we've assigned to money is what's going to come from our interpretation of it. I believe, and the women that I work with who have very similar patterns as me and have been experiencing life like I have, they're going to have a very similar relationship with money that I do. Now, one of the things that I'm going to say here is that I'm going to preface this saying, like, this is my interpretation, this is not law, but I have not read this anywhere else. This is something that I've come up with that I feel like has been truth. And the reason why I feel like this is truth is because once I can get to the bottom of this, what I'm going to explain to you, then I can rewire someone's pattern around money and the relationship with it. So I believe money is masculine and the way we receive it is feminine. So I believe that we assign a very masculine meaning to money. So masculine traits will be something which I'm going to talk about in another episode, but protection, very security. When we look at the masculine energy, we look for protection, we look for security, we look for safety, we look for all the things that we want the masculine to do for us. And if you didn't have a very healthy relationship with the masculine energy, you will not feel safe and secure with money or the masculine. Now, at first, I just thought it was just like the masculine with the dad, because usually a lot of women who don't have a healthy relationship with their father or with any masculine energy in their life, you'll see that or they've had some level of trauma, you'll see that they don't have a very secure attachment to money or the masculine. And then as I started doing more work around this, I saw that the mother figure or a feminine energy who is very strongly in their masculine, wounded masculine, could also have the same effect on somebody. So it could be if you were single, a mom or dominant, your mom was a dominant person in your life, or there was a female dominant figure, grandmother, whoever in your life, your ex-wife, or, whoever, friend, sister, that was a very strong masculine energy. Well, it might not have been a healthy energy or something traumatic might have happened. You will also go into this state of being in the protective mode. In another episode, we talked about, having that emotional shield. So growing up, as I told you from my story, one of the things that I experienced was not feeling very safe, period, in my own body, but also with the masculine figure in my life. And because of that, I never felt true safety. My ex-husband actually did provide a lot of safety for me, and it was a very safe masculine energy as far as like having a provider in my life. And that's one of the reasons why I married him, was because, excuse me, because he was, a safe masculine energy at that time. And so if you don't have that safe energy, what's going to happen is you're not going to feel safe around money. Sorry, I had a little bug there. I believe the way we receive it is our feminine. We're meant to receive, and the feminine energies are trust, knowing, feeling supported, having that aspect of feeling secure and safe, right? And a lot of the times, the type of women I work with, the alpha females or the women who are high achievers, underneath all of that is usually a story of trauma. And it doesn't have to be, physical abuse. It could be very emotional, mental abuse. It could be on many levels. but the safety factor of feeling, safe to know that you're supported or allowing support in your life is really hard because you've had to do everything yourself because you've been in survival mode. And for me personally, I was always in survival mode. That's why I was such a high achiever, and part of being and that trauma cycle is that you're always seeking validation because you want to know, am I good enough? Am I okay? So you're always going to be proving like I'm the best. Look at me. Like it's a way of how we equate attention and love, right? Is that someone is looking at us and giving us this like approval. You're amazing. You're still good. Because when you have that underlying feeling of not good enough in that state, what happens is that you're not feeling safe, right? So when people ask me, like, I feel like or want to help with their money issue, I have to go a little deeper. And this is what we cover in my mastermind. And like, this is stuff that I do in a lot of my low ticket programs. And you're going to learn on this podcast is that, our relationship with money has really little to do with money. It is that it's a deeper relationship that we have with the safety in our lives. And when people hear this for the first time, they're like, oh shit, she just said something. What is that? And I tell you, when I figured this out, it was because I saw a pattern. I'm really good at patterns. This is how I break people's cycles. And I saw when I was running a program called Infinite Wealth, and I had women do an exercise where I had them look at money and what was it? Who were they talking to or seeing on that chair there in front of them? And it was like this masculine energy. And then I started saying like, okay, when I had a moment for myself, when I felt the most unsafe, is the moment that I broke through and I rewired my nervous system to feel safe. And it made me feel safe with money. And I knew how to be safe with money. And I realized that I thought I was going to lose my house at one point. COVID hit. I thought I was going to, I thought the world was coming to an end. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought there was just so much that was happening. I was like, oh shit, what am I gonna do? I had no backup plan. But I truly believe that that was actually the perfect recipe for success for me of not having a backup plan. And I realized that all of my safety that I had was gone, was stripped from me. And what was I gonna do then? So I remember sitting on the edge of my bed and having this panic-stricken moment. I was going to make an investment into a mentor that literally like made me couldn't breathe. Like now I could do that with like half a blink of my eye, but at the time that money was huge. And I'm like, well, what's going to happen? And I'm like, I felt like I was going to die. I could just feel all these emotions coming up and like my heart just racing. And I felt the fight or flight. I felt anxiousness. I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. And then I just started practicing something that I teach, which is calming my nervous system. And I was like, okay, you're okay. You're not going to die. Everything's going to be okay. But it was in that moment I started realizing, wow, was it money that had this effect on me? Or it's what money was going to do or give to me, and what was I not having in my life right now? And a lot of the times when you're stuck in that cycle of not having a healthy relationship with the masculine, and you being in a wounded masculine, which I will dedicate a whole episode coming up for that, is that you put your safety in other people. So a lot of the times people will put their safety into money. Money needs to make me feel safe. If I have a certain amount of money in my bank account, I'm going to feel safe. And we put that on certain men that we date, like he needs to make me feel safe. And the only person that can ever make you feel safe is you. But if you have a pattern where you expect your safety to come from outside of yourself, well, you're going to always be in the state of, hypervigilance, where any PTSD you have inside of your body is going to come out and it's going to show up in your cash. It's going to show up in your relationships. It's going to show up in your success. It's going to show up in your clients. It's going to show up everywhere, right? So I do believe the way we look at money is in a masculine state. So if you are an alpha female and you're a high achieving woman or woman, who's just, I always say I can tell them because they just like posts. They don't have open hearts. They're not very emotionally connected. So these women are closed off emotionally. They have a lot of blocks on their hearts. And they're hustling, they're chasing cash, they're chasing money, they're in a lot of do energy, they're in a lot of, well, what do I need to, what do I need to do, what action do I take so that I can like get. And the missing piece here is, who do I need to be? Because at some point, and this is what I work with a lot of women in my mastermind, is like they're hustlers. They're like, these are hardcore women that take action, which is amazing, and I think it's a superpower. But they're constantly thinking they have to do something else in order for them to get a result, right? When it's actually you just becoming in that receivership of wealth, you being in that energy of your feminine energy, of knowing that what you've done is sufficient enough, and just relax back in and just wait. A lot of the times women are going to be chasing things by hunting them down and trying to do more, trying to fix an issue, when it's really them within. So if you think about money being masculine and you're doing a lot of masculine things, what's that going to do? You've got to have polarity between the feminine and the masculine. But if you're in your masculine and money's masculine, because that's the way you look at it, you're going to always be chasing it, right? And you're always going to be trying to get it, and it's going to be like running away from you probably, right? Or you're going to just, it's not going to be that polarity, and it's going to be really hard to get. So you'll hear, I work so hard for that, because most women who have this type of mindset have the mindset that they have to work really hard, because that is also conducive to the environment of being a high achiever, because nothing comes easy, right? Easy is allowing flow, all the shit that I didn't do before, man. I was like, if there was 24 hours in the day, my ass would be working 20 of those hours to get shit done. And I still look at my life now and I'm like, how the heck did I get all that done? Because I feel like I loaf a lot during the day. I like relax a lot. I chill. I have a lot of time for introspection, journaling, spending time with my kids, and just being in my energy. But I do get a lot of shit done. I've found a balance in it. But a lot of the times when you're in that constant fueling and moving, you're so freaking exhausted. I remember when I was in that survival mode, my son, and I might tell the stories over and over again, so forgive me, but I remember my son brought home a picture from primary school, and he drew a picture of mommy, and it was a booklet about me or about his favorite things. And he drew a picture of his mom, and yeah, his mom, the picture, the stick figure, she wasn't standing up. She was laying down on the couch. That was a moment that hit me in the gut. I was like, that's how my kid sees me. I was in such survival mode. I was just laying on the couch. This is how my child, because kids don't lie, right? Like kids just see shit and they say it like it is. Like, no, like the little truth detector behind you. No, I'm not 2. I'm 4. Listen, I'm trying to get you in free here. Like, sheesh, you know, like they'll be out there telling all your business to everybody. So yeah. Anyway, that was a huge wake up call. And I look back on that and I'm like, damn, the things you don't know when you don't know, right? Because you're just trying to get by, and you just, feelings get in the way when you're trying to get shit done. And I just thought, if I stuffed all my emotions down, well, guess what? None of that shit goes anywhere. It just takes up an energetic space inside of you, and it starts breaking down and eating up. And this is why I believe a lot of people have strokes and ailments in their body. It's created from the mind, right? And this goes back to my previous podcast episode where I talk about toxic behavior. Most toxic people will have all these ailments inside of them, all these things that are going on in them, all these mysterious diseases or whatever you want to call them. And as soon as they start thinking positive, oh, it goes away. But then they'll always have all these things to blame why they, have weight gain and all this bullshit or whatever. Anyway, I digress. So back to masculine energy. Listen, I think there's a time and place to be a very productive masculine energy, healthy masculine. And I'm going to talk about wounded masculine. I'm going to talk about masculine and feminine coming up. You want to listen to those episodes over and over again. And I'm always open to your feedback. But I believe money is masculine. And if you want to attract more money into your life, you're going to have to learn how to balance your masculine and your feminine. You have to figure out why you feel unsafe with money, because there's a reason. And it goes back into you feeling unsafe with the masculine. Women who are control freaks and want to do everything, and they micromanage, they don't allow their teams to support them. Or people who don't have teams to support them. They have high turnover with their teams. You're going to see those people are not allowing for their feminine to be seen and supported by other people's safe masculine and healthy masculine. One of the reasons why powerful women come into my space is because I have a healthy masculine energy right now. I didn't always. My wounded masculine would lead. It would be the triggers. It would be the things that, I was always proving my energy, seeking validation. It wasn't a healthy masculine energy. It's not when you're in that state. Healthy masculine is a different state, which again, I will talk about in upcoming episodes. But if you feel unsafe with money, there's something there has to be dug in. So this is what I would do. And this is what I want to leave you with today, because I'm going to talk more about this. And if you really want more information on this episode, let me know. If you like this one, let me know. But I would sit down and I would write out a story about what you feel about money. I can guarantee you, if you had a really frank story with money, you'd find a deeper story down there about something else, about something deeper, about not how money did you bad, because a lot of times people put everything on money. If I had more money, I would do this. If I had more money, and one of the things that I really realized is that I actually am supported by money. I'm so supported by the masculine energy as a divine feminine woman. I'm supported by the masculine energy that's running throughout this universe, everywhere. When I had that moment that clicked on my bed and I realized that I'm so supported by the masculine, I've always been supported by many. I've always been supported. It was just, I was looking for that wounded side of me was looking for, well, when are they going to drop the ball? When are they going to betray me? When are they going to abandon me? When are they going to make me feel like I'm not worthy of their love? You find those places and you heal through those places and you rewire that. You're going to see a totally different experience with money. I came into this self-development field and, I made money very quickly because I had that shift very fast. I'm telling you, it was a game changer for me. I thought everybody made $1 million when they walked into this space right away. I made $500,000 like my first year. And then the second year I made 10 million. I'm going to be making 10 million. Like that Freudian slip. I made $1 million in 10 months. And it was like, okay, I figured something out, right? I did it in 12 months and then I did it in 10 months. Okay. I figured something out. And I didn't have to kill myself producing content every single day. I didn't have to be, launching a new program nonstop and my masculine all the time. I felt worthy and good enough where I was. And that's not to say that you don't have to work maybe a little bit more to make more money. I don't know, but I do know I have a system that works. I know how to teach women to work less and make more because I've figured out this pattern in them. Because a lot of the times they don't know how to lean back into that healthy feminine energy. It's still there that, I'm lazy, et cetera, et cetera. So if you see that with your money, do this exercise, check in. I'm going to tell you, you're going to see a lot of discoveries. A lot of things are going to come up and you're going to be like, oh shit, go journal on it. I'm telling you, you're going to see something and I'd love to hear your feedback on it. And, you know, it's a beautiful thing when you start seeing how you assign meaning to everything. We assign so much meaning to money. We make money be the be all end all of all our greatest existence. If we had more money, I'd be happy. If I had more money, I would have this. If I had more money, but you know what? What if you could just sit there and believe that the money was always going to be there, which is such a contradictory thing to what we've been taught. We've been taught so many things about wealth. And I'm not saying my way is the right way, but I'm saying my way can work if you're open to it. Because as a woman who's gone through these things, if you've had any remote similarities to my life, what I'm telling you is going to be a game changer for you. Being an attorney in hardcore masculine state of survival mode, being able to rewire what I believed about being supported and allowing masculine energy to support me has been a complete change of the game in my life and in my bank account, baby. So I'm leaving you with that. If you like this episode, give me a 5-star, tell your friends about it, invite people in to watch. Listen, whatever it is, wherever you're catching me, if on the YouTubes or on the podcast. We got swag coming out. You can see the Quantum Woman brand. This is going to be a movement I'm creating. I want more women to realize they don't have to be in suffering. They can change the game. We all get to be wealthy and we get to have it all. I truly believe that. Come join my Quantum Woman group. Download my meditation, my wealth meditation. It is game changer. You'll find that on my website, shaminataylor.com. And you can check in the bio for the link. And yeah, it's time for women to do and be in a greater state. The masculine is beautiful, but our feminine is our superpower. Bye for now.